my name is Leslie and welcome to my channel, How to Find a Job, How to Get a Job. Today's video is going to be about the sift process. On every application form that's submitted to an employer, there's a program called the sift. And what I'm going to explain is how you can get past the sift process and how many people fail during this process. At one stage there was 15 job vacancies, so we sent out the application forms for interested people who wanted to join the fire brigade. So out of 15 posts we had 6,000 applications for them 15 jobs. So you can imagine that's going to take some time to go through the process, to read every single application form that comes in. So the process is called a sift process, and basically what happens there is that somebody goes through the initial application form, and if there's any spelling mistakes, there's any crossings out or any parts of the form missing, it doesn't even get read, it just goes into the bin. And then it goes through to the second sift process. Previous job experience, where you've worked, school education, anything that's missing from that, then that goes into the bin as well. So it narrows it down from the 6,000 applications to maybe 1,000 or so, and then them application forms get read and processed, and out of that 1,000 then there's probably 50 or 60 people who will get selected for interviews. So as you can see, it's a tough process. So how I'm going to explain how you get past that process is very simple. If you get an application form, photocopy it at least 2 or 3 times and roughly draft out what you're going to be saying on the application form on the photocopies that you've taken. By doing this, if you make any mistakes, you're not making the mistake on the initial application form. So therefore, make the mistakes on the copies, and when it comes to filling out the proper application form in your best handwriting, your best spelling, everything needs to be done perfect on that form to get through that first sift process. If there's a space where it's not applicable to you to write anything, you write something down not applicable, or details of why it's not applicable to you. Don't leave it empty, don't just score it out, because then that goes through to the sift process and it won't even get past that process. So any details that they ask for in the application form, previous employment, the reason why you wanted to leave, etc, always put an answer. Don't leave it blank, because if you leave it blank, it means you're not interested in going through the application process. So it'll just get binned. As I say, 6,000 applications for 15 jobs. They can be choosy, they can be picky, and they're only going to go pick the best. So my advice is to pass the sift process, fill the application form in 100%, do various copies, take it to a friend, ask them to read through it, see if it's okay, don't make any spelling mistakes, do it in your best handwriting. Also try to make it interesting if they ask for a CV. Don't make a long CV, just interesting CV, to the point, because these people who look through the information haven't got the time to read through everything. It's that first impression. If the form's grubby, dirty, smudged, spelling mistakes, gaps missing, you won't even get through to the next stage. And let's face it, that's what you're going to be sending the application form in, to give you the best chance to get to that interview. If your form and your application form passes that first stage, while you've done so well just to get through to the next stage. Watch my videos with regard to interview techniques. I'll give you all the answer to the questions that they're going to ask you, also the questions that you don't know how to answer. I'll give you some example questions on what people are going to ask you, and also I'll give you some examples on how to answer these questions. I'll give you all the information that you need to be able to pass that interview with flying colours. Just practice. With the information I'm going to give you, you're more than likely to pass the interview techniques with the information that I'm going to give you in the next videos. So from Les, from how to find a job, how to get the job, till the next video, bye for now.